What's up, everyone? How y'all doing? It is your girl, your diva in knowledge, Lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Cafe de Paris, where I'm going to always be serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Big ups to everybody in the chat room. I thank you for taking the time out to stop by and holler at your girl. For those of you, this is your first time ever viewing my content and you like today's content, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way, when I upload new content, new recipes, you will be the first to know. You will not miss out. For all of my loyal subscribers who've been rocking with me from the day I started this journey, I really, really appreciate your dedication, your loyalty to my channel. It is because of each and every one of you, my channel is constantly growing. So again, I really appreciate each and every one of you. So now that the mushy stuff is out the way, we're going to go right directly in today's recipe. We want to talk about black women that are struggling detoxing from Pookie to have a good man. Um, Basically, I decided to do this particular recipe because I had a gentleman reach out to me and tell me, he's, in a relationship with a black woman and he really loves her. He wants to be with her. What's up, Keenan? Appreciate it. Life with Amanda, Lord Drag One, appreciate you. Classic Ruby, big ups to everybody. Appreciate all y'all for coming in. Thank you, Keenan, for the $5 donation. Appreciate you always looking out for your girl. Thank you very much. Thank you much. But yeah, I thought it was imperative I did this content. It's too many black men out here that are struggling, trying to, form healthy relationships and develop healthy marriages with black women. And the reason why this is becoming a big problem and the reason why, sisters, we are at the state of an emergency. What's up, Ruby? How you doing, girl? Good to see you, boo. Ruby, part of my panel. She's part of my anti-fuckery movement. Of course, there is Poetic Kales. What's up, girl? Come on down to the Price is Right. What's up, Crown? Good to see each and every one of you. Big ups to my girls, Poetic Kales and Classic Ruby. They are part of my anti-fuckery movement where we promote knowledge, not garbage. So big ups to everybody that is supporting the anti-fuckery zone movement. We are promoting knowledge, not garbage. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Now, going back in today's content, as I was stating, a lot of us as black women, we are struggling with giving the right black men a chance because we are still suffering from Pookie withdrawals. And this is what I mean by Pookie withdrawals. A lot of us as black women, we are still holding on to bad negative experiences that we have endured in the past with men that have not been good for us. And it's very unfortunate that a lot of us have not overcome things that we have gone through in the past with black men that were not good for us. And what we are doing is we are holding on to that baggage. We are holding on to that anger. And basically, what we're doing is we're taking it out on all black men who have nothing to do with our struggles, got nothing to do um with why we went through the things we went through in the past. So some of you women are in this situation, and a lot of y'all are not realizing that you are turning a good man away because there are things that you are doing that is out of pocket. Okay. And the thing about it is, if you have been a single woman for a very long time, single women are the most difficult to break. It's very difficult training a single woman how to be somebody's woman. Because once you've been by yourself for a long, substantial amount of time, you have adopted your own characteristics. You have adopted your own ways. You have adopted your way of doing things, your way of living things. And then you've gotten used to your own routine to where you're not used to having to answer to anybody. What's up, Kiki? What's up, Jeremy? What's up, Caribbean Fire? Big ups to everybody in the chat room. But that's what's going on. A lot of black women, we are losing out on good black men because we are still suffering from Pookie withdrawals. You have not completely detoxed Pookie from your past. You have not detoxed him. You know, you're still going around holding on to this anger and this resentment from what other men have done to you in the past. And what you're not realizing is there are things that you are doing that's going to constantly cause you to miss out on getting a good man, a potential husband, because you have not, detoxed from that Pookie syndrome. And what it is, what's going on with a lot of sisters in the black community is that we are so used to getting dogged. We are so used to being mentally and physically abused, emotionally badgered, to the point that when you do get a good black man, you do not know how to treat him. You don't know how to treat him. When you do get one, you don't know how to adjust to a man that's treating you like you somebody important. And there's a lot of things that we are doing that are causing men to just give up on even pursuing black women, because again, we have learned to carry our pain like we carry Michael Kors bags. We have learned to tote it with us everywhere we go. We have learned to hold on to it. We have learned to carry it with us. We have learned to make our pain a part of our personality. And this is the unfortunate part. This is the reason why a lot of men are struggling. What's up, E. Alice? A lot of men are struggling with trying to develop a relationship with black women, or wanting to pursue black women, because again, we have a lot of issues that we're still holding on to. Like, for instance, I will give a couple of you some examples. The things that a lot of us, we are doing as black women, that are causing us to lose black men. For one, the biggest thing is a lot of black women, whether they want to believe it or not, whether they want to admit to it or not, a lot of black women have been in physically abusive relationships. What's up, Missy B? How you doing, girl? A lot of us are used to being in very volatile relationships, meaning your past Pookie probably was very physically abusive. Was very physically abusive, to the point that he had no problems with putting his hands on you, because I strongly believe there's a high population in black women with domestic violence relationships. What's up, Marty? The majority of black women, 10 out of 9 sisters, have experienced some type of physical abuse from Pookies. When you pick up a Pookie, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be picking up a man that has a lot of anger issues, that does not have a problem with putting his hands on a woman. And the majority of Black women have had to physically fight to survive in their volatile relationships. If Pookie was very abusive, if he was a type of dude that, if you didn't pick up your phone when he called, if you told him you was going to Walmart but you turned around and went to Kmart, basically you was with a possessive Pookie, that basically, considered you as property. And the moment that you did not do what he wanted you to do, or the moment you violated any of his Pookie rules and regulations and you crossed the line with him, he basically will put his hands on you. And that's what it boiled down to. What's up, the underrated darkness? A lot, and it's unfortunate. A lot of Black women are used to very toxic, volatile relationships, to where you have had to defend yourself because you had a possessive Pookie that will put his hands on you. And if you have not gotten past that type of physical abuse that you suffered in the past relationship, then what's going to happen is you're going to bring that into the next relationship with the next man. You're going to automatically be ready to fight the next man because you feel like he's going to put his hands on you, because that's all the last Pookie ever did, was put his hands on you. So you're going to automatically, and there's some men who probably in a situation like that now. If you have a woman, the moment there's a situation or there's an issue, she is quick to put her hands on you. That is because she has been with a volatile Pookie in the past that has taught her the only way to express communication is by being physically involved, is by expressing it through physical. And it's unfortunate that a lot of Black women, we are used to being in relationships to where they are used to fighting. And you have some relationships that are very volatile. That's how some of them get down. You would be surprised how some of these relationships, they function off of physical, off of men and women that are physically always attacking each other. You have some people that function like that. They will fight. If that man get, he will put his hands on her. He will slap her. He will push her. He will shove her down. Anytime you're dealing with a woman that's used to a man being physical with her and everything, she's not going to be able to adjust to a real good man. And see, what tends to happen is if she gets with a new man and he's not one to put his hands on her, she's going to automatically view him as a better male, because the Pookie male that she's been with, he has taught her toxic masculinity. And that is what we're dealing with in the Black community. We're dealing with a lot of toxic feminism behavior, and we're dealing with a lot of toxic masculinity, because it's very unfortunate that these Pookies, notice I said Pookies, I didn't say Black men, but Pookies. And we already know what Pookies are. Pookies are better males that lack self-esteem, that lack masculinity. Okay, basically, there's nothing masculine about them other than the fact that they have a scrotum sac, and they can produce children. That's as masculine as it gets for a Pookie. But the majority of Pookies are ingrained with toxic masculinity, meaning they were taught the only way they can display their masculinity is by putting their hands on a woman, or by producing a lot of kids from different women that they don't want. You know what I'm saying? So, whenever a woman has always dealt with Pookies, she is not going to know how to receive a good man. What's up, King Bob? Appreciate you for coming in. What's up, Adam V? So basically, she's going to take the new man through all kind of hell and back. That's what she's going to do, because she's used to being in a volatile relationship, and that has become her norm. Adam V says there's no coming back with a defiled woman. It's like dealing with a recovering drug addict. And I have to agree with this comment wholeheartedly. It really is, because again, she's still suffering from Pookie withdrawals. Okay. So If she was with a Pookie and Pookie always physically put his hands on her, the moment a good man has to confront her and address her about an issue, she's automatically going to be on guard because she's used to dealing with the Pookie that has always physically put his hands on her. And this is the problem. We have a lot of sisters in the Black community. Y'all have been dealing with Pookies for so long. Now that you got a decent, good Black man, because he's not roughing you up, he's not knocking you down, he's not slapping you down, he's not punching you down, you automatically going to consider the good Black man weak. Because the Pookies you have been with taught you that masculinity was basically whipping your behind, or fighting you, or physically putting their hands on you. Exactly. Exactly, Keenan. Absolutely. And this is the reason why so many men are deterring away from Black women, because a lot of us have adopted the Pookie syndrome. We're used to low common denominator dudes that only can express their masculinity by being possessive, by being physically abusive, verbally abusive. These are the type of men as women that we have allowed ourselves to become accustomed to. And that is why when you get a man that's decent, you don't know how to treat him, because some women have been programmed to that Pookie ass syndrome, meaning you used to dealing with dudes that are no good. You're used to dealing with men that are physically abusive, verbally abusive. So when a man is decent and treating you like a queen, or treating you like you're a woman, that is foreign to you. That's foreign. And I hear it all the time. I've had guys come to me and say, why Black women don't want a good man? Why they go after Pookies? Why they go after these low common denominator dudes? It's as simple as a lot of people think. There's no real deep meaning to it. A lot of it has to do with some of us have learned how to program ourselves to dealing with dysfunctional individuals. Some of us have learned how to function with dysfunction. And anytime you get something functional, it's foreign to you. When you're used to a man cussing you out and calling you all kind of bees and hoes and this and that, the transition from that to dealing with a man, what's up, Prince, that treats you like a queen and actually opens doors for you, pulls out chairs for you, that's foreign. And it's so sad, but it's the reality that a lot of Black women are foreign to good Black men. They don't even know what to do with them. They don't even know how to treat them. They don't. When a good man comes into their life, it's like you Spanish and dealing with somebody that speaks German. You cannot understand their language. Exactly, Kels need some time to reflect instead of jumping right into another relationship with all that hostility. And that is the problem with a lot of Black women. A lot of Black women, they do not give their hearts or their vaginas time to heal before they jump to the next relationship. Appreciate it, Turf. Thank you for the $2 donation. Appreciate your presence as always. Thank you very much, sir. See, well, a good Black man will write your woman for a certain reason. Yeah, and I'm sure that, Jeremy, I'm sure there's a lot of truth that rings to that, and I'm also address that as well. But that is the problem. You have some women that are so used to being with a man, they cannot function without one, to the point that they will take a man even if he's a no good man just to say they have one. A lot of these females cannot stand being by themselves. So they would rather be in a dysfunctional relationship. And all it does is eventually it just creates problems for them when they try to get into a relationship that's more healthy, because they have not healed. You taking that same baggage with you to the next dude that has not done anything to you, that has not created that chaos in your life, and you would take that out on other dudes that haven't done anything to you. And that's what's going on within the Black community. What's up, Lolly? Yeah. But that's the problem. A lot of black women, what we're doing is we're sabotaging ourselves, and we're sabotaging our chances of having a good man or having a good companion, because we're still holding on to that Pookie syndrome. They have not detoxed. And another problem is, what I'm starting to notice with black women is black women do not know how to communicate with black men. They don't. They do not know how to hold a conversation without being combative, without being argumentative, without just listening. We struggle with communication. When you're used to dealing with a Pookie, when you're used to that Pookie syndrome, you're used to cursing. You used to be in a relationship where you used to dealing with somebody that curses you out, somebody that uses excessive profanity, that degrades you. What's up, GT? That basically, verbally attacks you. That is, if you're used to communicating like that, when a man tries to hold a decent dialogue or a decent conversation, you're going to be less subjective to it, because you're not used to communicating with the man that actually likes to communicate. And that is a problem with a lot of us as black women. We're used to men yelling at you, screaming at you, fussing at you, calling you everything but the child of God. And here it is, you got a man that's sitting down and talking to you like you a woman. And you got this combative ass attitude where you're totally argumentative. No matter what he says, you already at a defense. You already, he can't even get a word out without you already being in your feelings. Exactly, Poetic Kales. That's what I'm saying. Again, that's why I stated Pookies are like a bad drug to black women. And a lot of us as black women, we've been dealing with too many goddamn Pookies, and a lot of us have not detoxed from these Pookies. And the stuff that y'all are doing out of line with these men, which is what's causing us to lose out on having good relationships. And I totally understand, as I mentioned before, the reason why a lot of us struggle with getting good men is because, again, a lot of us have been either with too many Pookies for too long, or you have been single for so long, you done got used to not having an answer to anybody. That's a problem. And it's actually the same way with men and women. Single people, y'all will have the hardest time adjusting to a relationship, because y'all are not used to having to answer to somebody. You used to coming and going when you want. You used to doing things the way you want, because it has always been you. But you have to realize, once you get in a relationship, it is not about what you want anymore. Now, Ruby says that's why they're so offended by the word submission. They don't know what a good man does to honor and value that submission. Absolutely. And I'm glad you brought this up, Ruby, because this is another problem in the black community. Too many of y'all sisters, y'all are listening to the wrong sisters. Okay? A lot of us as black women, we are getting too much advice from these bitter ass, toxic ass, low common denominator ass broads. Too many of us as black women are getting advice from dysfunctional black women. And that's been affecting a lot of us as well. You have to be careful who you listen to, because just because another black woman is a black woman like you, that don't mean she can identify to what makes a good man, a good woman, a good man, especially if she has always been toxic herself. And that is the problem. It's too many black women. We are allowing dysfunctional black women to program our train of thought. We're listening to other bitter black women who are still bitter about relationships that didn't work out for them, about marriages that didn't work out for them. We are heeding to their advice. These are the same women that are coming on YouTube, doing channels telling black women what kind of man they need to be with, or some of them, they ain't even on YouTube. Some of them are your own best friend. Your own best friend is telling you what kind of black man you need in your life, and she on her 5th, 6th, 7th baby daddy. It ain't even your best friend. Some of y'all own mama ain't even been with the same man, and you up there listening to what she telling you about what kind of man you need to be with. And she on stepdaddy number 7, number 8, number 9. Exactly, King Ball. Misery likes company. That's why a lot of us as Black women, our thinking is tainted because you are getting advice from other Black women who are bitter, who are lonely, and who are toxic. Y'all been letting the wrong sisters lead y'all down the road. And you end up just like these sisters, lonely, miserable, and bitter because you don't have anybody. Because what's going on in the Black community is a lot of Black women are giving advice based on their own personal negative, toxic situations. That is what's going on. What's up, Soul Provider? How's it going? Yeah, exactly, Kiki. I agree with that. That two can play that game mentality. Exactly. What's up, Omega? Appreciate you for coming in. This is what's going on with Black women. Y'all are listening to other bitter sisters who can't even keep a man, who can't keep nobody, who never been married, who got 8, 9 baby daddies. What can she teach you? What's up, Sadia? Good to see you, hon. Appreciate you for being here. A good man sometimes isn't entertaining gangbanger. Could be an encounter with a Honda Civic. Absolutely. Who looks basic. Again, because it's this Pookie syndrome that has taken over the mentality of Black women. Because again, we're listening to other Black women that are telling us all Black men ain't no good. And you need to get a baller. You need to get somebody that got some money. First of all, don't be sitting up here telling other Black women that all Black men are no good. No, the men you chose was no good. Don't go around here programming everybody with that Pookie syndrome, all because you lacked having discernment. And as Black women, a lot of us are failing with having discernment when it comes down to choosing the right kind of man. Because for one, y'all too busy pocket watching. Do y'all not realize that there are some broke ass ballers? Do you not realize that just because it looks like a man has money, you think he has money because he's dressed up every day, he's clean every day? Let me tell you something. The only man that should be clean every day is if he got one of those damn white collar jobs. He's a lawyer, he's a working the office, something like that. He should be clean every day. But let me tell you something. If a man could be pretty boy all day long, 9 times out of 10, he ain't got no job because a real man can't be clean day every freaking doggone day. A real man ain't gonna be wearing no suits every single day unless he a lawyer, he in some type of profession where he has to dress a certain way. You know who has the money? It's the brothers who be dirty, who be dingy with the dirt in their nails. Those are the ones who got the bread because they contractors. They own their own construction businesses. Some of them are painters, some of them are carpenters, some of them work for the sanitation department and all of that. So every brother that has money is not gonna be no clean, decked down dress with jewelry, freaking doggone Rolex watch, blinged out every doggone day. A real man don't got time to be clean no every doggone day. So if you with a man that's clean every day, he better be a lawyer or either he a drug boy. That's gonna be the only way he gonna be clean every day. I taught my daughter that. Truck drivers, exactly. Anything that's labor type, those are the ones who have the money. The brothers who got the money are not the ones that's on Facebook flexing it. It be them broke Negroes that be flexing their money because they know you low common denominator thinking broads are going to fall for it just because a man flashing a nod full of hundreds, but he ain't hiding all of those ones, those single dollar bills that he got hiding behind that $100 bill. If he's flexing his money, it's because he's trying to set a thought target. A real man is not going to flex his money to prove that he balling like that to you because guess what? He's not trying to be a thought target. And some of y'all brothers who do this, if you are flexing your money because you lack confidence and you feel like that's the only way you can draw thoughts to you like flies to a turd, is the only way you can get a woman's attention is by flex some money and well dressed every doggone day, then you are a man who lacks confidence. Because a man who lacks confidence, he could pull the baddest broad with an 87 Volvo just based on his conversation, his aura, and his intellect. A lot of y'all brothers that's here on YouTube bragging about the money you got, the house you got. Let me tell you something. You have to do that because you're not confident. A real man is not about to go around here talking about what he got, how much money he spend. I got to wear suits. I'm decked out every day. A woman can see a real man, even if he rocking a goddamn Walmart shirt and some doggone, off-brand Target tennis shoes. She's still gonna see the man in him, regardless of what he wears. A lot of y'all got to dress fly because you don't have nothing else to show for. And that's how it goes. So any real woman, black woman with real intellect, she's not going to be deceived by what a man has. She's going to go by the spirit that he carries. She's going to go by his aura. That's what she's going to be paying attention to. Exactly. Yeah, Virgo says, hey, big sis, broke dudes know how to play the part of looking very bougie when they fake balling. Yeah, we got some bougie ballers out here, some bougie fake ballers. You a real woman, you gonna know a real man. It don't matter what car he pushing. I can tell if a man is not defined by the materialistic he possesses. He's defined by how he carries himself, his intellect, and his aura. That's what's going to stand out. And one thing about it, you can always tell an inconfident dude is always the loudest. A man that's insecure is always the loudest. A man that has to put down other women, a man that has to degrade other women, he's an insecure ass man, because a man that is secure within himself, he don't have time to be sitting up here criticizing what other women are doing. We know why? Because he's on his A game. He will never allow a woman to get him so emotional to the point to where he's bad-mouthing her and talking about her day in and day out. A real man is not about to break out of his masculine character for a female. He's not going to do it. A real man ain't going there. And like I said before, when a woman is in the presence of a real man, she's not going to be able to disrespect him because of his masculine energy. A woman could know when she's dealing with a real man, and a woman would know when she's dealing with a clown ass dude that's pretending to be a real man because of his aura, his energy. When you are in the presence of a certain man, when you are in the presence of a real man and he has strong masculine energy, that ratchetness is not going to be able to creep out. It's not going to, because of the type of masculine aura that he's carrying. When I get around a certain man, I don't care how ratchet I want to be, his masculine energy is automatically going to put me in check the way I'm going to know I can't handle this dude the way I would handle a dude in the street. I've had men who have made me feel less of a woman just by not responding to my ratchet ass shenanigans when I was once upon a time. A real man is not going to respond to the ratchet shenanigans of a female. He's not going to. He's too masculine. So anytime a man is allowing a female to take him out of his masculine character, then somewhere you have some emotional withdrawals, because you're not about to sit up here and waste your time arguing with a broad. That's not going to happen. A real man is going to walk away from her and keep it moving. Or he'll say one or two things and he ain't even got to cuss out and degrade her. I've had men who were so masculine, they made me feel less of a woman just by not responding to me. Just by not even entertaining me. That made me feel smaller than a man who would sit up here and argue and cuss me out and call me all kind of hoes and bees. Because let me tell you something. Black women, we're used to being called hoes and bees. So we're used to responding to that. But we're not used to responding to a man that doesn't even respond to our bull. See, that is foreign. We're not used to that. That's a whole nother horse of a different color. And that's just what it boils down to. But like I was stating, a lot of black women we are losing out on good black men because, again, we are still holding on to this Pookie syndrome. We're used to dealing with better dudes, dusties, or these flat these bougie, these fake bougie ballers that love to dress the part and be suited down every day and probably staying in subsidizing housing. Because, again, what a lot of what's going on is women that are maturing, women that are growing. We're finding out as time goes on what defines a real man and what doesn't define a real man. And what it boils down to is a man that is confident is usually the most silent man. Men that are confident are the most silent. It's the ones that are inconfident who got low self-esteem that got to always be heard. They're the loud ones. They're the obnoxious ones. They're the ones that got to flex and talk about how many suits they got, how much jewelry they got, how much they paid for their gator shoes. A confident man, he's going to let his aura speak for itself. He don't have to go around broadcasting what he got, broadcasting how much he spent. He ain't got to go around using shame tactics to make other women feel small so he can feel big. No, because his masculine aura is going to stand out regardless. And a real woman is going to be able to spot a real man with him not even saying nothing. It's always that one brother. You can be in a room full of men, but you're going to know that real confident man. You know why? Because he's sitting in the corner, quiet. He ain't got a bunch of broads around him. He ain't flashy. He ain't got all this jewelry. He ain't wearing these loud ass Easter suits, bright ass colors where you got to turn the volume down. A real woman is going to spot a confident man across the room because he's the quiet one. He's not loud. He's not flashy. He's dressed nice. He's dressed decent. You know, he got a nice haircut. He's wearing nice cologne. You know, he's not around a bunch of pigeon brains. You know, he's not drunk and toe up to where he about to stumble and fall. You know, he's quiet, he's observed, and you can just look at him just observing and checking out the scenery. That's the confident dude. It's not the loud, cocky one that's loud and obnoxious and got to wear loud ass Easter suits or expensive shoes. Man, men ain't got the final designer label if his confidence will overshadow his designer labels. A lot of the reason why a lot of these guys are pushing and talking about you got to buy the best, you got to buy the best suits, you got to buy the expensive shoes, you got to buy the expensive watches. That is to compensate for their lack of confidence. Because if they have real game, you ain't got to do all of that to impress a woman. And it's a lot of misconception within the YouTube streets that the only way you could earn a black woman to notice you is by rocking designer labels. Yeah, you can attract a thought, but not a real black woman. And notice I said real black woman, because all black women are not real black women. You know what I'm saying? So again, as I was stating, there's too much syndrome. There's too much of the Pookie syndrome, and this is where I have to break down the signs that a lot of us, the things that we are doing as black women, that are turning black men away from us. For one of the issues we have with black men is the fact that once you get in a relationship, realize as a black woman, you cannot do the same things you used to do before you got with that man. You can't. What happens is when a black woman has been independent for a long period of time and she has been by herself for an extensive amount of time, she automatically builds this I could do whatever the hell I want to do type of attitude. And the truth of the matter is, you cannot do what you want to do once a man decides to settle down with you and be with you. You just can't. You cannot do the same thing you've been doing before you got with him. Like, for instance, a lot of a single woman, she may have had a lot of male friends or dudes that she's seen as her guy friends or guys she's seen as like brothers to her. Let me tell you something. Once a man gets with you, He wants to know that he has your undivided attention. And if you up here, you got male friends, you got these bro relationships and all of these types of other relationships with dudes on the outside of him, he's going to automatically feel some type of way, because a man does not like sharing his time and his woman with other men. So this attitude that we have, where they've been my friends before I got with him, or these always been my dudes, this always been my friends. Yeah, that was then. But if you got a good man that wants a relationship and wants to be with you, you cannot still be kicking it with your male friends. You can't do that. Because as a man, he automatically wants to feel secure that you are just his woman and his woman only. And it's a lot of females that are doing that. Well, if I got to cut my friends off to be with you, then I'm not doing that. No, you cannot do that. Once you get in a relationship, the rules are different. The dynamics are different. Because the thing is, the reason why a man is not going to feel comfortable with that, because he really don't know the ins and outs of how you and these dudes connected. You might be telling him, oh, well, we just friends, we just homies, nothing like that. But let me tell you something. A man will never trust another man. It does not matter if you swear up and down. That is nothing like that. Because only a man knows how a man thinks, like a woman knows how a woman thinks. He's not going to, for instance, if you're a woman, you may feel some type of way if your man got a bunch of female friends, because you as a woman, you know how low down and you know how malicious women could be. So if you want to protect your man and you want to protect your relationship, you're not going to sit there and just let your man think it's okay to have a bunch of female friends. Because something about when you have a man or you have a woman, it makes the opposite sex desire you even more. It's like when you single and you ain't got nobody, ain't nobody checking you for you like that because you single. Nobody cares. Nobody's not checking for you. But as soon as you lock down and you decide to be serious, here come everybody checking for you. Well, I've been liking you since middle school. Well, I've been like you. All of a sudden, people want to express their feelings for you. Situations get sticky when you are friends with the opposite sex, unless the opposite sex can you know you know be willing to meet your companion to where your companion feels comfortable, like, okay, he seems all right, but I still want you to keep a certain amount of distance, then that's different. But for the most part, as black women, when we've been by ourselves for a long time, we do collect a lot of male friends along the way. Because again, when you're single, you want a male companionship, you want a man friendship, and I get it. But once you get a man, your homeboys got to go. If he's not comfortable with it and this man is good to you, I'm not talking about a Pookie. I'm not talking about a possessive Pookie where what the niggas come around here and he around here, he ain't got no job, he don't have no car, but he around here telling you what kind of man you need to be with. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about if you have a good man who says, I want to be with you, I want us to have a relationship, you're the only woman for me, then guess what? Why pass up on a good man for some male friends that are not obligated to you like that? Because you know what's going to happen? Those same male friends that you won't let go of for your man, when they get a woman, I guarantee you they're going to cut you off. I've seen it. I've seen people lose good men and good women all because they did not want to cut down. They did not want to cut off the opposite sex. And you know what happens when that person gets gets somebody? They're cutting you off. I done seen a woman do it. I seen a woman who had a good dude, and she did not want to let go of her man, because she had this attitude of, well, they was my friends before you became my man. I'm not letting go of my friends because of you. I'm not letting go of my man because of you. And there's a difference. That is where you have to use your discernment. That is where you have to use your discernment. Every man that's telling you what to do is not that he's trying to run your life. It's not because he's trying to make you this slave. As him being your man, if he cares about you, he's going to look out for his woman. But like you, his woman, and you may feel like when his friends are up to no good, you may feel like his female friend has a hidden agenda. If you love your man, you're supposed to look out for him and tell him, look, I can't tell you what to do, but I'm not feeling that broad. Something about her ain't right. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. But you can do what you want to do. So the same thing, men have a way of sensing out other men. A man can tell when another man is shady, when another man is trying to get some. He can tell that. So don't buck your man if he's telling you, I don't care for you being around this dude. I don't care for you. I can contest. Every female that my husband told me not to be friends with, he was 100% right. They was not any good. Dangerous Television says, I find women with a lot of male friends often say, I don't get along with other women. Run. If she can get along with other women, if she can't get along with other women, something is wrong there. Now, DT, I agree and I disagree with that statement. Now, I'm going to agree with the part where you says, I find a lot of women with male friends say, I don't get along with other women. Run. Now, that's true. Now, I'm glad, let me bring this up. I'm glad DT brought this up. And I appreciate his comment because I know a lot of guys in here feel the way Dangerous Television is feeling. And to be honest with you, I'm going to play devil's advocate. Black women don't get along with other black women these days. I'm going to just be frank with all you brothers here in my chat. Black women, we don't get along with each other like that. I'm going to just be frank. Some of us in here may be fortunate and have had that same sister from 5th grade that we still cool with to this day. But these days, black women, we're finding it harder and harder to find genuine relationships and friendships with each other because black women are too competitive with each other. We don't get along that well. The sisterhood, and Ruby and Kels can attest to that, has diminished. The truth is, a lot black women, we don't care for each other like that. I'ma just be frank. Because it's too much competitiveness amongst black women within the black community. There's a lot of division with black women. You have the decent black women, then you have the ratchet black women. All of us are not in the same gang, okay? There's different groups of black women. You got the intelligent black women who are pretty much solo. They don't rock with a lot of people like myself. I don't have any female friends. You know what I mean? I may have 1 or 2, 3 females that I really talk to, but I don't rock with a lot of females like that. And females that are really intelligent, females that have a lot of wisdom, you're not going to catch them dealing with too many females. You get what I'm saying? So, that's one case in itself. Then you have the other group of black women, which is called the ratchet possum hood rats, that are low common denominator breed of black women. These are the type of black women or that are at the bottom of the barrel, that the intelligent black women, we don't mess with the ratchet ones. We don't want to be in their company. We don't even go to the same nail shop with these ratchet assholes. Because the moment she start yelling at the Chinese lady because she forgot to do her manicure, I'm out of there. I'm not turning on my camera to get a YouTube moment. I'm allergic to ratchetness. Okay, so it's a lot of black women. We cannot stand other black women, which is why a lot of us got more male friends than we do have black female friends. Because men, you can hold black women, we can hold better conversations with black men or the opposite sex, because y'all are not as drama-fied as black women. Y'all are not as competitive as other black women. Y'all don't have a lot of drama. So a lot of women are resorting to having friendships with the opposite sex because it is easier. It is easier. You know, to not deal, you know, with females. You know what I mean? So if to tell the guys in the chat, if a female says I have a lot of male friends, it's not necessarily because she's a hoe or she got some sleazy situation going on. A lot of black women, we don't rock with each other like that. We just don't. We don't fool with each other like that. And the older we get, the less the harder it is building a sisterhood, a sister bond with a lot of these black women, because black women are too busy competing with each other. They're too busy trying to outdo each other. Black women, they're too busy trying to have a one up on each other. And the problem is with the majority of black women is that uh we have the tendency to let out we tend to judge each other's failures to make us feel good about our accomplishments, if that makes any sense to anybody in the chat. To give you an example, for instance, I'll just use Ruby as an example. I might call Ruby and be like, I just got married, me and my husband, we had a wedding, we got married, and this and that. And Ruby made pretend like she happy for me because she, on the other hand, she don't have a husband. She got 8, 9 kids, but I may not can't have kids, but I got the husband. She got the kids, but she don't have the husband. So she's going to take her accomplishment to rub it in my face to make herself feel good about herself. You get what I'm saying? Well, girl, for instance, she may try to throw some shade like, well, I don't see how you could get married the way these men are out here. I'm fine with me and my 8 kids. I don't need no man. Just to give you an example, black women, we have an issue. We tend to do that a lot. We will try to make our accomplishments outshine another black woman's accomplishments. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of jealousy going on amongst black women. It's a lot of competitiveness going on amongst black women. And a reason why a lot of this is going on, even in the YouTube sector, is because a lot of black women, we are constantly feeling oppressed and we are constantly feeling defeated. And what has happened is a lot of us have been grouped into one setting. We have been grouped as one human race. Black women, they have grouped us all together. So what tends to happen is the only way we can find our own identity, black women can find their own identity, is basically by trashing other black women or downgrading other black women, because that gives us a sense of feeling like we are not the same. We are not like the black women that brothers are talking so recklessly about, and vice versa, or whatever. So what's starting to happen is there's a lot of division amongst black women and the black community. All of us are not down by law like that. There is not a sisterhood anymore. The sisterhood amongst black women is becoming as non-existent as dinosaurs. It is not there anymore. And if we do have a sisterhood, it's diminishing slowly but surely, because again, it's too many females that are looking for penis validation. And if that means stepping on another sister to earn the attentions and the likes of another black man, that's what they are doing. There's too many sisters out here who want validation from other black men. And then if they got to shade another black woman to get it, yeah, she thinks she cute. Yeah, she thinks she this and that, whatever, to make herself look good to a man she's attracted to, then that's what she's going to do. And this is the reason why we have all of the problems that we have within a black community, is because people are too busy trying to one up one another. Instead of everybody just being happy and being content with their situation, being content with their own blessings. No, we're too busy looking at what everybody else is doing around us. And what happens is, black women, what I'm starting to notice is they can only find joy off of other people's misery, off of other people's failures. And that's basically what it has going down to. That's why you see sisters here on YouTube going at each other, throwing shade at each other, throwing each other up under the bus, because again, the only way we can find confidence, the only way we can feel good about ourselves, we got to knock what the next sister is doing. And that's pretty much that's the new level to where we are now with black women within the sisterhood. That's where we at right now, or whatever. Oh, okay, I got your email, Lord. I'm gonna definitely hit you up about that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna hit you up about that or whatever. Yeah. So again, I know I'm going off a topic, but doing U-turn and going back. This is the reason why black women, we have a hard time getting good black men in our lives. Like I stated before, if you have male friends, and I understand, because as a black woman, like I stated earlier, black women, we black women don't get along with other black women. This is a society we live in. Black women do other black women in all the time. Okay. And I know there's this misconception to a lot of brothers that all black women stick together, and that is a lie. We can't stand each other. The majority of us do not get along. Okay. So don't let anybody deceive y'all into thinking, oh, all black women, they all defend each other. No, half us, we don't even like to shop at the same damn store together. So there's no loyalty amongst black women like a lot of these guys are thinking. Thanks, D Boys, for the $5 donation. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. So, like I stated, that's why a lot of black women, we do have male friends. But as a black woman, if you're in a relationship with a guy, you cannot have all kind of male friends. If he's expressed it to you, he came to you as a man and he told you, I'm not comfortable with you having all of these male friends. What's up, Gray? Then you have to make the adjustment in order, if you want peace in your household and you want peace in your relationship. The next issue that a lot of us have as black women, which is why we cannot keep a good black man, is because y'all are too busy comparing your man to other men. There's too much comparison. You looking at what another woman got with her man, you know what I'm saying? And you up here comparing it to what your man does for you. Thank you, Miss Kiki, for the $2. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Now, this is another big issue within the black community. It's too many black women. We're comparing our men to other men. You make a man feel less of a man when you're up here talking about what other men got and what other men could do for their women. Because my thing is, just because you see another woman, I don't care if it's your next door neighbor, I don't care if it's a woman on the job, I don't care if it's a woman in your family, just because you see her man buying her a brand new car, buying her a brand new house, and here it is, because your man is not in a financial situation right now where he could afford to buy you a brand new house, where he could afford to buy you a brand new home. You up here looking at your man as a loser and as a low lifer, because he cannot produce to you what you see other men produce to their women. And this is the thing about it. Just because you see another woman's man is doing all the things that your man is not doing, you don't know why he's doing all those things. Maybe he's buying her a new house or a new car because he know she don't call him with his secretary, or she knows because he's been putting his hands on it. He's been caught cheating on her. You don't know why people do what they do. So before you go up here hating on and being jealous and making your man feel bad about what he can't afford to do for you, what he can't afford to buy you, you don't need to be looking at other people's windows through their glass doors, because what you see ain't always what the hell you get. Exactly. If you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight. Exactly. It's too much comparison. Just because you got these fake female friends, and I know you sisters in here, y'all can relate. We all got those fake ass females on our job, with them fake ass bras in our family, these plastic Tupperware helpers up here. Girl, look what Greg brought me. Girl, look what Greg purchased me. Greg got me a new home. Greg got me a new car. Greg this, Greg that. Always parlaying and showboating and showing off everything she got. What's up, Era Black? Trying to make you feel bad because your man over here, he busting his ass. He got to do that real hard labor work. He don't have a job where he's sitting in the office in the AC all day. Your man may be a truck driver. He may work for the sanitation department, where he comes home smelling like dumpster juice all day, or whatever the case is. But what you're not understanding is your man may give you less, but at the end of the day, if he gives you less, that does not make you less of a man, because everybody's 100% is not the same. He's giving you his 100%, the best he can. If he's providing and he's taking care of the bills and he's spending time with you and he's making you feel like you're special, he calling and he checking on you, he making sure the kids are straight or whatever, then that needs to be your focus. Don't sit up here and get off your A game because you got some, miserable broad who thinks she could overshadow her misery by bragging about what she got and what she doing and what her man bought her. A lot of women that tend to brag about what they men are doing for them are usually the ones that are the most miserable. And the only way they can hide their misery is by constantly bragging about what their man is doing. Because if a woman is sincerely happy with her man, she don't always have to be on Stunt Street. She ain't always got to brag and display and talk about all the things that her man does for her. A woman that is sincerely happy, she does not have to express her happiness by making other women feel bad. So if you're around females that do things like this, that brag about what their man is doing and how their man takes care of them, that's because there's something else that's really going on in the relationship. And her only way of overlooking the things that are going wrong is by bragging and showboating and stunting about everything he does for her. You know what I'm saying? So again, as black women, if we want a good black man to be in our lives and we want to have a relationship with them, we can't be comparing and contrasting these guys, our men, to other men, because you don't know why he do what he do. You don't know why he brought her that big old house and that big old car. You know what I mean? So don't go feeling bad because your man may bring home a little bit of money and he's not able to always, take you to the finest restaurants, and he can't buy you that 2019. He might have had to buy you 2002. Well, guess what? At least he bought you something. You know what I mean? Some guys ain't doing that. Virgo says that comparing and contrasting is a waste of emotional energy that can easily turn into toxic. Goals can be reached, but not by looking at what the other person got. Absolutely. And that's the thing about it. A lot of it's too many of us as black women. This is another reason why we're missing out on black men, is because we want a man that is already well established. We don't want a man that's in the struggle. We want a man that's already well put together, already owns his own house, already owns his own car. We want him to come to us well established. We don't want a man that we have to start off with working and in a struggle. Now, this does not mean that you should settle for anything. I'm not saying go pick you up a build a bum, go pick you up a dude from Salvation Army and try to make him this build a bum project. That's not what I'm saying. But my thing is, if you and a man, y'all both are on the same level of struggle. You working and you trying to save up some bread so you can move out the apartments and get you a nice home. And you see this man is working and you see he's stacking up his bread and you see he's making goals and he's trying to make moves. There is nothing wrong with getting with a man who is struggling as long as he is driven into wanting more out of life. And he's not saying it, but he's just actually producing it. You see, he's working. You see, he got a bank account. You see, he may have a piece of car. It may be a 98 Honda Accord, but you see, he's saving up money and all of that because he's trying to eventually get a better car, a nicer home, and vice versa. Because let me tell you something. Some of these dudes that look well established, they don't be balling like that. Some of these guys are in debt. Just because you see a man with a brand new car, it does not mean he's financially doing well. Just because you see a man with a brand new home, it does not mean he's doing financially well. You have a lot of people that's around here in houses and cars they can't afford because they're more concerned about their image than they are about having a real financial future. And that's another thing, that another issue that a lot of us have as black women have, is that a lot of us as black women, a lot of us are in way too much debt. We are in a lot of debt. because you too busy trying to impress your baby daddy who don't want you no more. You too busy trying to still impress your ex-husband. You too busy trying to impress your ex-in-laws. You too busy trying to impress your friends who broke just like you are. You too busy trying to showboat and stunt for other people. It's a lot of us as Black women, we are in debt because we're too concerned about our image. We're too worried about us looking like we struggle and what people gonna think of us if we got the let go of our 2019 bins and downgrade to a 2002 Geo Metro or whatever. We're too busy around here trying to stunt and impress other people. Black women, we shop day in and day out. We buy stuff we really can't afford. We buy stuff to try to impress people who we don't even goddamn like. Exactly. Turf says, many of these nincompoops are paying $1,000 car notes while having $500 rent. Exactly. As Black women, a lot of us, the reason why Black men look so broke to us is because we spending so much goddamn money like we rich. That's why other men are looking so broke. These Black men are not broke. They are being more responsible with their money. Just because this man ain't pushing a 2019 Mercedes and you are, that's because he got 29,000 saved up in the goddamn bank. And he's smart enough to realize that in order for him to have a future later for stunting, if I got to go look poor to get rich, then that's what I'm gonna do. And that's the problem with the Black community. We would rather look rich and really be broke than to really be broke and than to look broke and really be rich. It's a lot of Black women. Y'all stay in debt. Y'all be paying all this money every month to go on cruises, to be by yourself, making these payments on cruises just so you can be with your single, miserable friends. And at the same time, you still got to come home by yourself to the light bill, to the water bill, to the cable bill. You got all of this debt because you're too busy spending money trying to showboat and stunt. Exactly, Danny. What's up, Danny? A lot of us be broke. A lot of us are broke. A lot of us are broke. You know how many Black women stay in alone companies? Stay in alone companies. We got so many clothes in our closet that we barely even wear. Half of us got clothes with tags still on them that we haven't even worn yet. A lot of us are in debt because we're trying to prove a point. You're trying to prove a point to your baby daddy. You're trying to prove a point to your ex-husband. You're trying to prove a point. A lot of Black women, a lot of us, we are in debt because we're still trying to prove a goddamn point. Exactly, Missy. Exactly. And that's good that you're doing that. But a lot of us as Black women, we stay broke. You be going out with your single friends, spending money you can't afford, and you come back home. You got to call the light bill people to make payment arrangements. Yeah, and that's another thing. We try to impress family. We try to impress friends, trying to impress people, going to the mall every weekend without paychecks, getting nails and toes done every week just so you can go home by your goddamn self. And a lot of y'all be getting dressed up and dolled up just to be by yourself, buying them expensive ass Victoria's Secret, and ain't no man in your bed for you to wear it for. Ain't no secret you broke. That's the real secret. Be buying all this expensive stuff just for you to wear it by yourself, or you to wear out of town with your girlfriends that are single like you. Running and paying to get your nails done, getting your hair done. Ain't no man out home to compliment you on your new hairdo. What you getting booed up and dolled up for? Who gonna see it? Other than your single broke girlfriends like you. Yeah, girl, I got this new outfit on sale. I bought this new car. All this lavish lifestyle, and you single and you struggling trying to pay all them bills by yourself. You can't offer a man nothing but your debt. Steve, there's no reason for them to get mad at me because I was this type of woman once upon a time. That's how I know so much about it, because I did it. I'm speaking on something that I have done. Honey, I used to every pay period, every paycheck, every Friday, I'm buying a new outfit to go to the club. Every Friday, my whole check went towards the club. Got me a new outfit, which was probably what, $50, $60. Got my nails done, my toes done. That was about another 70. Got my hair done. That was about another 80. All this money I spent going to the club to meet some broke ass Pookies who was never going to marry my ass any goddamn way. Not only I got broke having to buy all that stuff to get to the club. It's expensive for women. It's very expensive for a single woman to catch a man, because we got to get our nails done, our hair done, we got to get the outfit. I had to put gas in my car to go to the club. I had to pay for the club admission. I had to pay for my own drinks half of the time. It's expensive being a single ass woman because of the stuff you got to go through to earn the attentions of another man, because there's so many other women in the club. There's no competition. Ain't nobody standing out no more. Everybody got lace wigs. Everybody got fake asses. Everybody got damn titty jobs. Nobody's not standing out. There's nothing about a woman that makes a woman say, oh, that makes another man say, oh, I really want to check her out. Because it's like 6, 7 other broads in the same club that look just like her or similar to her. It's getting harder and harder for a woman to stand out and be different, because the things that women naturally used to have, now a woman could buy it now. Back then, you had to have a big ass butt. You had to have your own butt to get a man to notice your butt. Now you could buy a goddamn butt. You had to have, big tits or whatever to get a man to notice you. Now you can buy titties. Back then you had to have the long hair. Hell, women could buy hair now. Hair could be 2-inch today and be 18-inch tomorrow. Shit, I mean, ain't nothing standing out, unless the only thing that a woman has at her to her advantage at this point is just being herself and being a good ass woman. That's the only thing you really have at this point to make a man notice you, to make a man even be interested in you. And just by being polite, being courteous, a man compliments you. You ain't got to make the stank face. You ain't got to look nasty. It's just being this day and age, the only way a woman is going to stand out is just being a decent woman. That's it. Because your ass, your titties is not getting you nowhere. Too many women got ass and titties. It's not, you're not standing out no more using your body. Everybody could go buy it now. You could buy ass off the shelf. You could put layaway payments on getting you a new ass. Exactly, Miss Kiki, baby. They finance the asses, and that's what I'm saying. So you got to produce sisters. You got to produce something different, because that is not what's getting the men's attention anymore. The thing is, I'm not gonna lie, it'll get a man's attention, but you're not going to keep their attention, because so many females are doing it. You can't tell who no more. I look at the women in the industry. It's a lot of Nicki Minaj lookalikes. It's a lot of damn Megan Stallion lookalikes. Everybody got big ass, big tits, lace wigs. Big ass, big tits, lace wigs. Big ass, big tits, lace wigs. That's all you see. Yes, rent a booty. Exactly. True indeed, Arrow Black. That's what I'm saying. As black women, you got to work 20 times harder to be different, because everybody is taking shortcuts now. Things that you used to have to work for back in the days, people is buying it now. Now, if you think about it, back in the 50s and the 60s, our grandmamas and great grandmamas, they ain't had the access to getting tits and ass and all of that, but a lot of them was able to get husbands. How is that? How Big Mama All she had to do was slick her hair back in a ponytail with some Dixie peach grease. And she was able, she'd been married to Granddaddy Earl for 30, 40 years. Y'all got all this stuff now. And all these assets, and some of y'all still can't get married. You still can't land nobody. Back then, women had less, but was able to get courted. Women today able to get all kind of stuff done to their body, and a lot of them be single, still single. Got enough plastic. Some of these females got enough plastic on them where they could throw their own goddamn Tupperware party. Just straight plastic, plastic tits, plastic ass, plastic eyelashes, plastic everything. What's up, Reginald? Oh, hell. Oh, Reginald says they got a man at home. Her son, who as she treats as a man, and you ain't never lied, Reginald. You ain't never ever lied. A lot of these single females, they got these hubsons. That's what I call them, hubsons. It's your husband and your son. That's the only man who be waiting on them at home. And these hubsons, being they teens, be 19 and ain't got no job, no nothing. Just laying on the sofa watching Netflix. And yeah, that's another thing. You know, women have lost the value of being women. As it's a lot of us as Black women, we don't know how to cook. We don't know how to clean. You'll be surprised how many women do not know how to do not know how to have the basic necessities of being a woman, which is just cooking and cleaning and taking care of your goddamn children. A lot of these females is not doing that. What's up, Courtney? They're not even providing the basics. They're not doing it. Women who they don't know how to cook. How you don't know how to cook? You don't know how to fry chicken. You don't know how to doggone bake chicken. You don't know how to make oxtails. You don't know how to cook nothing. How sad is that? No man want no takeout food every damn day. It's females who don't know how to cook. It's sad. And I'm not even about to talk about the nasty ass houses that some of these Black women got. And if it does not apply, you don't have to reply. I'm not talking about all Black women, just these certain low common denominator individuals. Your living room so nasty, folks got to play hopscotch to walk through your living room. You got dishes piled up in the sink. You got diapers that been sitting in a wastebasket for over a month. And then you have the audacity, you will invite a man over to your place, knowing your house nasty. It's embarrassing that a lot of these women don't have no shame. They're not embarrassed. They will ask a dude to come over to bang them off and give them some. And she's sleeping on a damn air mattress. She ain't got a real bed. The kids are sleeping on the sofa. They sleeping on a pull-out bed of the sofa. But you got a 70-inch flat screen that might have cost you about $800. But your kids are sleeping on the floor. Who does that? Where are our priorities as Black women? And I can't stand the ones, let me tell you what really works my spirit. I can't stand the ones who live in a raggedy ass house, but they pushing a brand new car. Now, them type of females, they make my skin crawl. How you drive around all day in your 2018 and 2019, and the floors in your mobile home trailer or in your house is about to sink in and hit the ground. You don't have decent furniture. Your kids don't hardly have decent clothes to wear. It's just really, really pathetic. Our priorities as Black women, and then we wonder why we can't get Black men. Now, I know a lot of y'all are saying, well, this is basic common sense stuff, but it's sad. Some of these Black women, they really don't get it. And as other Black women, we see it. Black women, we see how trifling these other Black women are. We see it, but the problem is, the bad part is, all Black women, we got to suffer for these sisters who don't know how to carry themselves and who don't know how to maintain their house as women. So it's unfortunate that, we're going to always be grouped, no matter how much we try to, stand out and do things different. But at the same token, like I said the other day, These ratchet females are not getting pregnant by themselves. These dudes are banging these chicks. These pookies are banging these females and giving them children. So these trifling females are not getting knocked up. They're not getting pregnant by themselves. Somebody hitting it. Somebody going in. And that's the thing. As black women, you know, I understand that the majority of us are still recuperating from abusive relationships, from toxic relationships. But what you have to understand is you cannot carry all of your past issues to every man that comes into your life. Every man should not have to pay an answer for what other dudes have done to you. And a lot of things that we go through as black women, we bring it upon ourselves. When you don't know a man that well and you move him into your home after only knowing him for 2-3 weeks, what you think gonna happen? Or you getting pregnant from dudes you don't know. A lot of the things that we go through as black women are things that we brought upon ourselves because we lack accountability. We don't take responsibility for our actions. And as a woman, you have to protect yourself. And a lot of us are failing in doing that. We are not protecting ourselves. And then when things go wrong, we're quick to play victim. We want to pull out the victim card because what is my favorite line? Everybody in this chat room knows what is my favorite line. What do I be telling these sisters? What is it that I tell these women all the time? Anybody who has been in my chat room knows my favorite line. The reason why, as black women, we don't take accountability and we don't want to take accountability because we are not taking the power of our vaginas. You have the power over your vagina. How many times can I stress this? We have the power. You decide who you allow in your kingdom. As a woman, you have the power to decide that. So if you keep getting knocked up by Pookies and Ray Rays, whose fault is that? Exactly, wonderful Watson. See, some of y'all in here remember. Dangerous Television says, if you just broke up with someone, however long you were with them, it's going to take half the time to get over them. 10 years, 5 years, you should be single. I can concur with that. I think anytime, and this only applies for people who have been in relationships. But the problem is a lot of black women, a lot of us have not been in relationships. And a lot of us we don't know how to define a relationship. A relationship is not just a Pookie who done moved in with you and he's splitting the grocery bill or something like that. A relationship is when a man and a woman have decided we're going to be together, we're going to build, we're going to have something. That is a relationship. It's not too many women that understand what it takes to hold a relationship together. And this is what's going on in the black community. There are a lot of black men and a lot of black women. They're not understanding what it takes to keep a relationship going. For one, like as I stated, we have a lot of outsiders that's telling you what it takes to be a good woman and what it takes to tell you what it takes for you to be a good man. First of all, I don't agree with a lot of the advice that some of these men give other men on YouTube. I sit back and I listen to the things that men say, and I listen to the things that women say within the black YouTube sector. I'm hearing black men tell other black men what kind of woman they need to get, what kind of wife they need to get. First of all, a lot of y'all are going to find out a lot of people that are calling themselves to be dating coaches or dating advisors. A lot of them don't have the skills and they don't have the abilities to tell you what to look for in a man or a woman. It's women on YouTube that are telling other women, telling other black women what is considered a black man. First of all, you do not go by what other people tell you is a good man or a good woman. What's a good man or a good woman is the right type of man or woman specifically for you. because all of us have our own definition when it comes to what is a good man or what's a good woman. For instance, Ruby and Kels, they may have their own definition of what they consider to be a good man for them. I'm going to have my own definition of what I consider to be a good man for me. And the problem is, in the Black community, we are too busy telling other people what is a good man and what is a good woman. And then we're taking this advice from people who have never been married, never been in relationships, never even been with the same man or the same woman for over a week. And they think they have the knowledge and the skills and the abilities to tell other Black men or other Black women what type of man or woman they should get. First of all, a lot of them, they don't even know where the hell they belong at to be telling y'all and preaching to y'all on these YouTube streets. See, you don't F with these kind of Black women. You don't F with these kind of Black men. Half of these people that are giving you advice are miserable in their own right. We have a lot of bitter ass Black men with this toxic masculinity that's going around here telling other Black men what kind of Black woman they need to get. And these same Black men are still scorned and burnt from their own mamas who never loved them, from their own mamas who never nurtured them, and from the one woman who they did love and who they did give a chance, that woman burnt them. And they are around here preaching to other brothers on YouTube talking about stay away from Black women, all because you took a chance on one Black woman that was no good for you. People are giving you knowledge based off of their own pains and their own misery and stuff they never got past the past. There's too many people that are qualifying themselves as relationship experts. How you're a relationship expert when you never been in a relationship? You never had a wife. You never had a family. You don't need to be telling another Black man out there how to get a wife when you never had one. You don't have one to show for. You are not a relationship expert. And the same thing, we have Black women up here telling other Black women what kind of man or what kind of husband. And half of these bras ain't even been married. They couldn't get a husband if they stood on a corner and tried to give it away for free. It's people around here that are guiding other Black people in the wrong direction. What's up, Tyrone Church? Good to see you. People up here giving out advice based off of their own personal pain. You around here when Black women coaching other Black women that all Black men ain't no good. You need to swirl. You need to get with other men. All because she's still burnt and bitter and scorned from the Black men that took her through her own personal hell. And she applying all of this message to other Black women because she want other Black women to be bitter and hateful just like her. Because as we said, misery likes company. People do not want to be in pain by themselves. It's people up here telling you to stay away from a Black man, stay away from Black women because they want you to be lonely and miserable just like them. And I'm a living witness. You can find love out here in these, and you can find love. There are good Black men. There are good Black women. Don't let tainted, toxic, miserable individuals program you and make you believe there's not no good Black men and there ain't no good Black women out here. If that's how they feel and they want to limit themselves, then so be it. But don't miss out on your blessing all because of somebody else's bitterness. Exactly. But in Dangerous Television says, and it only be one or two Black men that ruin it for the rest. All of us ain't them dudes. Exactly. And it goes both ways. I don't care how many of these men come on YouTube sharing their experiences with you about Black women ain't this, Black women ain't that. That's not all Black women. That is the Black women they chose. And this is another problem that I have with Black men or Black women who promote Black love, the negativity of it. My problem is I don't have a problem with a man or a woman coming on YouTube and sharing their experiences and telling you what kind of Black man or what kind of Black woman to be cautious of, to avoid, because as Black people, we should be sharing our experiences. We should be sharing our knowledge with other people. But I'm going to tell y'all, this is my honest opinion. This is my biggest issue with a lot of what's going on YouTube right now. What's making me upset with Black men and Black women is they're promoting all of this garbage about what kind of Black man or what kind of Black woman you need to stay away from, but they are not being honest and telling you what they did to cause themselves to even end up with these type of people in the first place. That is my problem. As a Black woman, if you're going to sit up here and you're going to do content and you're going to tell me to stay away from Black men because Black men are no good, if your channel supports and stands for the message that Black men are no good, before you preach to me that Black men are no good, tell me, what have you done to draw no good Black men to you? Why is Black men and Black women leaving out the parts as to why they are drawing negative Black men and negative Black women into their lives? I have yet for somebody to be honest and say it. None of them are going to say, well, the reason why I kept picking up no good Black women is because I kept showing my money. I kept acting like I had so much. I kept acting like I was this baller. So I attracted a lot of thought targets. I attracted women using me and taking advantage of me because I kept bragging and showing off and talking about all the money I had. And this is the reason why I keep drawing thought targets. Then it's women up here telling you about Black men this and Black men that, but she ain't telling you why she kept attracting Black men that are no good. Why? Because you probably around here screwing all these dusty and better males that you telling Black women to avoid. You probably, the majority of them, they're doing the opposite of what the hell they preaching to y'all on these YouTube streets. And I find it amazing that a lot of y'all are still falling for it. Y'all supporting the cause. Y'all donating to these people. They're promoting stuff to you that they are not even living. They ain't living what they preaching. We have a lot of false prophets in these YouTube Black sector. They preaching one thing on these PCs and these mobile phones, but then when they get off, they're doing everything they telling y'all not to goddamn do. And y'all up here giving them props, giving them recognition for them giving you false information that they're not even producing. No man, no woman need to tell you what kind of relationship when they don't have a relationship. You and your wife, y'all come on a panel together and talk about give relationship advice. Half of them, you ain't even saw their woman yet. You ain't even seen their man yet. And they up here telling you what kind of man or woman. Hey, are we for real right now? And this is the stuff that we respect on these YouTube streets. They telling you about relationships, but they cannot produce to you a relationship. They don't have a relationship to show for. And a lot of them, like I stated, they only giving advice based on personal pains and stuff they went through. Exactly. We have a lot of snake oil salesmen and saleswomen. And it's both. Exactly, priest. Hurt people hurt people. And that's why I state, be careful who you let in your ear gate. Everybody's not giving you advice because they want you to win. People out there lonely and they want you to be lonely too. People out there miserable, they want you to be miserable too. Exactly. We got a lot of blind leading the blind. Exactly. y'all are going to find out slowly but surely. Everybody on these YouTube streets that are preaching one thing, slowly but surely, they're going to get exposed for doing the complete opposite of the message that they are trying to promote. As time goes on, you're going to start seeing people for who they truly are, because it's too much fuckery and fakery that is going on in these YouTube streets. People giving content on stuff they don't have no experience, they don't have no knowledge, And anybody who's listening to any of this false information, now, if you find it entertaining and you find it funny, then that's one thing. If it's something you find entertaining, but if you really taking it deep and you taking it to heart and you taking it serious and you are actually applying this mess that you hear, then I'm telling you, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not. Now, if you just want entertainment and you love you, it's like a joke or something comical, and you're applying it in a comical sense, then that's cool. But if you sit up here thinking the stuff that people promoting, you thinking that if you really live by that, you're going to get somewhere, you're going to win. You setting yourself up, but for straight disappointed. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But the reason why I spoke so strongly on this because I really want black men and black women. I really want them to win. I don't want black men and black women giving up on each other because of all of the negative publicity that we hear on the YouTube streets. It's too many black men that are downing black women. It's black women that are downing black men, and we are the main race in the running for downing one another. I don't see Mexicans hardly do it. I don't see whites hardly do it. We are just the number one race where we are constantly dragging each other through the mud. And like somebody mentioned earlier, it's because hurt people hurt people. And I strongly believe that black men and black women, a lot of us are feeling defeated in our own way. A lot of us are feeling oppressed in our own way. And I strongly believe that a lot of us are dealing with different levels of depression. Some levels are more extreme than others, but I really strongly believe that all of us are we are battling some type of depression. And depression doesn't mean that you're sad and you're balled up in the closet and you crying all day, you drinking all day and stuff like that. Depression doesn't have to be on that level. Depression, it could be the fact that you don't even want to deal with nobody else because you've been burnt and you've been betrayed. So you isolate yourself. That's a level of depression. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many levels of depression. And I think all of us, in some form or another, we all are infected by it. Some of us are more transparent about it. Others, we have just learned to live a lie, put on our best face, act like we're okay, act like we're fine. We laugh, we joke, we clown a lot. We use that as a defense mechanism to cover up our pain, to cover up, you know, um, toxic experiences that we experienced in our childhood. So it's a lot of us. We are battling our own demons day in and day out. But it's very important that you have your own mind and you don't allow other people's negative experiences to make you draw your own conclusion as to how you should perceive another black man or another black woman. And another thing is, it's not just gender wars, because that's just one thing. I'm starting to notice that there are a lot of black men that are disrespecting other black men, and I'm noticing black women are disrespecting other black women. So it's not just a gender war thing. We have what's called just a black people war. We all are going at each other at some form or another. I've seen older black men disrespect younger black men in the black YouTube sector. I've seen younger black men disrespecting older black men. It's just too much disrespect in the YouTube sector. And I'm amazed at how many black women over the age of 40 on these YouTube streets are carrying on like little high school girls by calling other black men bees and hoes and calling other black women bees or hoes. I have a problem when I see a full grown black woman over the age of 40, over the age of 50, that's carrying on like a hyena in these YouTube streets. It's a turn off. It's disrespectful. I look at these older women like, you should be in somebody's church working for the usher board. You should be on the usher board. You should be teaching a praise team. You need to be doing something other than on these YouTube streets arguing with young black men or older black men. I'm seeing full-grown women that should be the epitome of what black women are not supposed to represent. And it's very distasteful that we have grown men and grown women over the age of 50 years old that's carrying on like high school children. They bullying each other on these YouTube streets. They disrespecting each other. It is just all totally uncalled for. And meanwhile, we may be making donations, we may be getting a lot of subscribers, but these white folks are looking at us and they are laughing at us. It's like another minstrel show. That's just what it is. It's a lot of clownery. It's a lot of buffoonery. And while you think you're winning, what you're doing is you're tainting the image of Black people, because we already got to fight daily to prove that we are different, to prove that we are worthy, to prove that we are not what society perceives us as. But every time we go on these YouTube streets and we see Black people ripping each other heads off and bashing and degrading and cursing each other out, we are promoting the same minstrel show that our ancestors fought hard for and took to their graves for us to not have to relive. And all I'm seeing on YouTube streets right now, I just see a minstrel shows that are reliving itself all over again. That is all that I see. We are reliving a minstrel show. For those who are not familiar with the minstrel shows, back then, when we had the Jim Crow laws, when we had segregation and all of that, the minstrel shows were white people who basically painted Black paint on their faces and acted like clowns and made fun of us. And they would do this in movies, where they would do this in shows, they would do this in a lot of in the entertainment industry back then. It was called blackface. It was called blackface. They would put I think they would use like black shoe polish and or black paint, and their lips were still white, and they would do this to make fun of us. And I see right now, it's not even the white people anymore. We are making fun of each other. We are the new minstrel show of the YouTube streets today. But anyway, I have rambled on long enough. I'm going to get ready to wrap this up. Ladies, I think it's very important that if you have a good man in your life who is trying to build a future with you, he's trying to have something solid with you. As Black women, y'all already know it's hard out here to even get a man to take us seriously. It's hard to even have men that are still interested in you just being a Black woman. So if you have a man who wants to be with you or is trying to build a relationship with you, respect him for the position that he plays in the relationship as a man. Allow him to be a man. For you men, it is your job to lead the woman and you to be the leader, but don't abuse your authority by being abusive, by being emotionally abusive, by being physically abusive. You can still be a leader without having to abuse your authority. Okay. So on that note, y'all, I definitely appreciate all the super chats. I appreciate everybody who has subscribed. If you did not subscribe, please make sure you hit that subscribe button before you exit this content. That way, when I upload new material, if you like what you hear today, this is the type of content that I promote. So make sure you subscribe. Again, it's a lot of us in the YouTube sector that are basically straying away from the fuckery. And basically, this is brought to you by the anti-fuckery zone, where we're promoting knowledge, not garbage. We have enough garbage in the YouTube streets that are being promoted. It is time that we start promoting knowledge. We start promoting wisdom. What's up, freelance? Yes, you are late. You are late to church. You are late. Church session is over. The pastor is leaving the congregation. Big ups to all of my to everybody who hung out in the chat with me. I really appreciate each and every one of y'all. I thank y'all for the support. Thank y'all for the love. I thank y'all for the positive energy. Let's keep that energy flowing. For those of y'all who are interested, I also sell cable, 7,000 channels, only $25 a month. If you are tired of paying Dish Network, Comcast, Direct TV, and you want a cheaper cable service, you also get free pay-per-view events as well. So if you are tired of your cable bill being $200, $300, I actually have my own live stream cable company where I can give you 7,000 channels for only $25 a month, up to 2 devices. So if anybody's interested, you want more information, you do need the internet and you do need the Amazon stick. I'm trying to save our black folks some money. I know a lot of y'all paying a whole lot for cable, but I can make your life a little easier if you're interested. So I will leave my email for those of you who are interested and obtaining cheaper cable services. You just need the internet and you need the Amazon stick. That's the only way I can actually send you a free trial. Yeah, it's up. You get up to 7,000 channel. You get up to 7,000 channels. Yes, you need an Amazon stick. That's the only thing you need. You're going to need an Amazon stick. Once you get the Amazon stick and you email me, I will send you the steps on how we can get the internet on your Amazon stick. I'm sorry, I said internet. To get the cable on your Amazon stick, you have to already have internet. But yes, I have 7,000 channels. I got all the HBOs. I got all the Showtimes. I got all the pay-per-view events. You will get the pay-per-view events free. Okay, so you will not be paying for any pay-per-view events. It will automatically get free. Every fight, any boxing match, anything that comes out on pay-per-view, you will get it automatically free. The fire stick. Okay. Yeah, for those of you who want to know where to get the fire sticks, you can get them off of Amazon for 40 bucks. You can get them out of Walmart if you got a Walmart near you. If you got an Office Depot, a Home Depot, Best Buy, you don't need to get the fancy Amazon stick. You can get the basic one. There's different versions. You have the 4K and you got the this, you got the that, and you ain't got to get all of that. Just get the basic one for $40. I will give you what the way it works is. Once you get the Amazon stick, you're going to hit me up and email me. I'm going to tell you what app you need to install on your Amazon Fire Stick. Once you install that app, it's going to help you to install my app. And once I give you that information, what'll happen is once we get everything installed on your stick, I'm going to create for you a username. I'm going to create for you a password. This will be your personal username, your personal password for your Amazon stick, so you can watch your free cable every day. You just pay $25 a month. The way you do your payments, you will cash at me every month. Your bill will be due the time we started your service. For instance, if you start your service on the 8th with me, you cash at me the $25, I will turn your cable on immediately and you get to enjoy it for 30 days and it won't be due again to the 8th of the following month. If you want to pay up to 2 months, you can do that. So some of my customers pay every 2 months instead of every month, but the most I want to do is 2 months in case something happens. You get what I'm saying? Because I did have a guy that paid up for a year and he still paid up, but you just never know, things happen. You get what I'm saying? Anytime you get something free under the table, you just never know. But so far, I've been with them for 3 years and I haven't had any problems. Everything is good. Yeah. Exactly, Lord. Yeah. If you want, I'm telling you, if you want to save money, because these cable companies, they're charging way too much. Their bill go up every year. The good thing about mine is that when I say $25 a month, it's $25. That's for 2 devices. If you want 3, then it'll be 30. And then I'll even be nice and I will give you the app on your phone so you can watch live cable on your phone. So if you are at work or you to your baby mama house or whatever, you can play your live stream cable on your phone. So I will throw in a free app at no additional charge if you decide to do the $30 a month. Yep, I can give you the app. I don't care if you have an Android are iPhone, I will give you a personal app so you can watch your live cable on your on your phone. So yes, I got the hookup. So I'm trying to save y'all some money, but if y'all want to keep messing with these high costing cable companies, then that's on y'all. So I've been a customer of this company for like 3 years. And once I found out they was legit, and once I found out they was on point, I asked them if I could work for them, and they said yeah. So they gave me all the equipment I need to sell cable. So I have the connection where I can do it. So you know it is what it is. So I pay my child support. Can I get some free cable? Yes, yes, freelance. As long as you're paying out $25 a month, then yes, you are good. Yes, I'm just trying to save y'all some money because I know cable is really, really expensive. They want a lot of money for these cables. And again, for all you guys who love sports packages, I have all the sports packages. I have horse racing, I got football, I got basketball, I got cage fighting. I got all of that stuff because I'm always getting guys that's asking about sports packages. Yes, you will get the whole shebang. You will get all the sports packages. Okay, for all my sports lovers. You get all of the HBOs, you get all the Cinemaxes. I think it comes with like 10 Cinemaxes, 9 HBOs, um, 6 different stars. I got all my shows for my ladies. You also get movies. You also get all the series. Like Power. I don't know how many people watch Power, but Power is coming back on August 25th. So, you know, if you want to pay $25 a month to see all your favorite shows, you know, I got the hookup, I got the connection. I also get cables from other countries. I got cable stations from China, from Brazil, from New Zealand, from Japan, from Africa, from Jamaica. You also have international channels. That's why it comes with almost 7,000 channels, because I have channels that regular cable companies are not going to offer you or whatever. So a lot of these cable companies, they be charging a hell of a lot just for you to see the basic stuff. And that's without your HBOs, that's without your pay-per-view. Then on top of that, you got to pay separate for pay-per-view. But with my cable, you get all of that included. If you want 3 devices, it's $30. And the reason why I have to charge something, because the guys that are over this company, they need the money, they need the proceeds in order to keep providing y'all with the best of cable. You got to pay for something. I know people just want stuff completely for free, but if you want some top quality stuff, we have to pay something on it, because that is how they're able to provide y'all with this dirt cheap cable. And when I say it is excellent quality, it's like live cable. You get live cable. There's nothing. It's in HD quality. It doesn't look distorted. It's none of that. It's really, really good. You know, live streaming cable. Okay, so anyway, if anybody's interested, you're welcome to hit me up, but you have to have the Fire Stick. I can send you a 24-hour trial. So if anybody has an Amazon stick now and you want me to send you a free trial, I can send you a free trial. I would recommend that if you do the free trial, do it on a day where you have off, where you're not working. That way you can view everything for 24 hours. Because once that trial runs out, it's going to be hard for me to reinstate it. So whenever you're ready and you have time off and you want that free trial, hit me up, email me, and we can make it happen. All right. So anyway, y'all, I appreciate everything. I hope y'all enjoyed today's content. Again, it is your girl, Lady Mocha. Remember, I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth and break you off a slice of knowledge. Y'all be blessed. Take care. I'll holler at y'all girl later. Bye.